Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday. Thank God. January 10th. And today is really just a recap. Today's the Friday recap where we'll quickly go over where we stand heading into today. As you know, today is an expiration date. Some of the funds already closed out this week's trades, but some of the funds did not. So let's take a look at where we stand for Tesley, Coney, NVDY, Misty, and AMZY. All right. I've seen, I guess, a lot of questions and about the funds in general, and I just want to remind everyone, there have been many videos made where I speak about YieldMax funds in more detail, so feel free to check those out. Like, for example, someone asked, can you dive, deeper into the synthetic position? So, I mean, again, I'm pretty sure I covered that in several videos, but I do think it's time to do an updated whiteboard video on how the YieldMax funds work, because my first video I did in the very, very beginning, and I'm not going to say I didn't know what I was talking about, but I probably missed a few things here and there. So, I will work on something at some point. I'll just say that. But to keep it simple, every time they open a new synthetic position, they buy a call and they sell a put at the money, at the current price of the underlying, right? So for Tesla, right, if they opened a synthetic position today, they would probably open a 395 strike, assuming it's available. Well, knowing Tesla's option chain, nearly, every dollar, every 50 cents is probably available, right? So what they would do is they would buy a call and sell a put, and for the most part, it should offset each other. Typically, the call is more expensive than the put, but obviously, when they buy a call, that costs money. When they sell a put, they get a credit, right? So when they buy a call at 395, they'll make money as Tesla goes above 395, right? But again, that costs money. As Tesla goes down, they won't lose money on the buy call, right? Whatever they spent, that's the expense, and that's the end of it on the buy call. When they sell the put, right? When they sell the put for the 395 strike, they'll get a credit for that, right? Up front. And again, that credit typically offsets the expense of the buy call. So what happens from there? Well, if Tesla goes up, then that's a good thing, because when you sell a put at 395, if Tesla goes up above that strike price, then you don't have to buy those shares at that strike, because when you sell a put at 395, you're committing to buying those shares at that strike price by that expiration date. So if Tesla closes above that strike price, it expires worthless, and it's not going to cost you a dime. Well, it'll cost you probably a penny or whatever. If Tesla goes down, remember we said when Tesla goes down, the buy call is not affected. However, the put is affected because it costs now money. So if Tesla goes down to 390, for example, that $5 gap, that's now, you're going to have to pay that money to close the position. All right? Because if not, you'd have to buy those shares at 395 when Tesla's at 390, but they don't get exercised. They don't get assigned these funds, so they typically cash settle. They do that in the flex exchange, so they typically almost never get assigned. But yeah, that gap, that differential on the downward, they have to cover. So if they cover them on expiration, that's typically the amount they would cover. However, always with options, you have to keep in mind time value. So if they close, for example, this particular synthetic, you can see, look at their strike. It's 480, right? It's $480. And look at Tesla price, 394. So as of right now, look at that gap, $85. $85 they have to pay. However, there's also time value. So if they close the put today, you got 85, right? And they call this like intrinsic and extrinsic income, right? We'll say they have $85 in intrinsic cost, and then extrinsic is typically the time value, the difference, the risk. So if we look at the put actually on the holdings, and again, I had no plans on doing this. I just started rambling, and I apologize for those of you who didn't want to hear this. But here's the put, is 480. See the price, 93.80. That's how much it costs to close. So the 85, again, would be the intrinsic. What the hell? All right, that better not have screwed me up. I'm gonna freaking cry. But what the hell did I say? So the intrinsic is, and again, I hate using these stupid words, but I guess it's only fair to. The intrinsic is the 85, 86 bucks. We'll just say 85, right? Assume Tesla's at $395. $85 is the difference in strike versus the Tesla price, right? So that's how much they have to pay to close that gap. However, if they close it today, again, they have to pay the time value too, which again is the extrinsic. So if you look here, 93 minus 80, that's the extrinsic. That's the time value that's left over. So again, that's the expense of the put because Tesla price is under the strike price. And that's why we say this is a gold digger, because there's an expense when the underlying goes under the strike price, right, of the synthetic. When the underlying goes above the strike price of the synthetic, eventually, and it stays above there for expiration or until they decide to close out the position, then this is going to be much cheaper, right? This is going to be a little cheaper. And I could show you that on Misty. Actually, I'll just show you right now since we're on the topic. I don't know how we got here. But MSTR, okay, see MSTR, it's above their synthetic strike, 331.70. So there is no gap to cover. There is no intrinsic, right, on the put. So it's going to expire worthless if they stay above this price on 221.25. However, there is only time value left. So if they did close it today, it would still cost them money, but not as much. So if we go to the holdings, we go to the put, it would cost them what? $35.96, right? Why is that so expensive to close still? Well, guys, there's still a month and a half left, and we're talking Mr. MSTR, one of the most volatile stocks. So when we say time value, oh yeah, it ain't cheap. It ain't cheap to play this game. So that is why. But again, if they were underwater like Tesla, the Tesley synthetic, this would be very, very freaking expensive. So why do I sing gold digger? That is exactly why. When the underlying price is way below the strike price of the synthetic position. And Tesley is dealing with that right now. 17% under the synthetic strike price. Very, very damaging. I hope I got all that right. If I misspoke, feel free to let me know. I know you guys always do. But again, I didn't even plan on doing this, but I just remembered someone asked me about the synthetic. But again, please refer to other videos. I do pin a lot of videos to the details of every morning video, so check them out as well. I don't remember what's there, but I assume it's all still relevant to the topic at hand. So let's just get moving for those of you who fell asleep during that. But for those of you who needed that, just hopefully that helped. All right, let's move on. All right, so Tesley, again, the market was closed yesterday, so this is just going to be a quick recap. What do they have open for today? Let's check that out. They have 1,500 contracts, 415 strike price. That sits at 5.08% out of the money. That's our number. That is the lowest strike. That's our number. We can't have Tesla go above 5%. And guess what? If they don't, we win. We win. We win, win, win. All right. And then we got 8,000 contracts, 422.50 strike price, 6.98% out of the money. And then we got two sets of positions around 18,000 contracts, 425 strike price, 7.61% out of the money. Okay. And then we got what? What do we got here? 950, 415 strike price, 5.08% out of the money. So again, 415 is the lowest strike price, and 5.08% is our number. That's our percentage. Tesla, stay below 5. Let's keep this simple. Let's win our trade. Boom, done, wham, bam. Okay, sound good? All right. So since it's a recap again, outstanding shares, no change. So we'll just go to the recap. The recap is 30-day IV of Tesla, 66%. Outstanding shares, 82.3 mil. Total net income on Tesla, unfortunately, Their weeklies have produced a loss of 14 million. Reaction? Yeah, 5%, baby. Let's do it. Group A declares in 12 days on January 22nd, 2025. All right, payment information on TSLY. They do have synthetic income, 18 mil, but if you deduct out the short call loss, 14 mil, it's about 4 million in income, which produces 5 cents per share, which ain't worth a crap. So as far as the estimate is concerned, again, if they don't make money or if they make little money, what are they going to yield? They're going to typically yield whatever the IV is. So the IV is 67%. Based on that, they would pay 77 cents on the following distribution, which is a decrease, a big decrease from the prior payment. Back to the holding is information. You take my money when I'm in need. Yeah, man. I'm sorry, but we just explained it. Oh, she's a gold digger way over time. Oh my God, $269 million to close this massive disaster, right? You sell a put on something, you gotta pay the piper here. 480. Is Tesla gonna go up to 480 by 221? If not, then we gotta pay. We gotta pay the gold digger. Real quick, someone asked me, since we're down so much on the synthetic position, should I sell now and get out? No. Don't think that way. Because, see this number? It's already priced in. It's part of the assets under management. It's part of the total net asset number, which creates the NAV, which creates the trade price, okay? So it's already baked in. So don't think you selling today, you're pulling a smart one. You're not. This synthetic disaster is already priced in. So the answer is no. Should you sell because the synthetic is down? No. So hopefully that explains it. All right. Back to the holdings. I'm a little hyper today because it's freaking Friday and it's been a long ass week, man. And I'm super busy at work. So this is my my downtime, right? Doing this. But it is this is much more fun than actual work. All right. So why do we call it the gold digger? Look at the buy call. Remember we talked about buying calls. So it's worth a lot, right? It's worth a lot when it goes above the strike price. Since Tesla is not above 480, it's not worth a lot. That 1135, all that is, that's just time value. That's a prayer that something could happen, right? So if you buy a call on Tesla at 480, it's going to cost you $11.35 per share, right? Because there's still a chance. That's why. But there's still a little chance. If there was a much higher chance, if Tesla was at 475, this would not be as cheap. So again, hopefully that makes sense. Sorry for the rambling on the synthetic. But again, people ask questions. I got to answer some of them. So the total net assets, as we spoke, which includes the decline in the synthetic position, is 1.1 bill. The NAV is 1378. The trade price 1380. Synthetic bailout money. Again, there is no bailout money. The synthetic disaster is negative 236 mil, which again, it already is baked in 287, pushing it down 287. So hopefully that made sense. That's the recap on TSLY. Obviously, much longer than you had asked for. So again, today is Friday. We're going to talk about Misty real quick. Misty's doing very well on their synthetic position. Their synthetic strike is 315. MSTR is at 331.70. This expires in 43 days. So they're doing fantastic. By the way, they closed out all their positions for this week. So everything here is really for next week. So, I mean, we can go through it if you guys care. But for the most part, let's see, the lowest one is a 365 strike. That's 9,977 contracts. 365 strike, 10% out of the money. That's the lowest. So that's pretty good. But again, you got today and you got all next week, 6 trading days. And then the second lowest, we got 13,000, 18, about 31,000 or so contracts, 370 strike price, 11.55% out of the money. And then we have 2 sets of contracts, both a 395 strike. And guess what? No critical spread. They're just selling calls. They're selling calls. No butt buddy attached to this sucker. They got 5,805 and 4,100. 395 strike, 19.08% out of the money. Oh, hell yeah. I'm feeling good about that position. How about you? So, again, we're ready, man. We're ready for some upside. Let's go. Let's go, MSTR. Go to the moon. What do we care? We can capture a crap load of upside here. So, the recap is, again, since the market was closed, I'm not going to go through the outstanding share change because there was none. 30-day IV, 101%. Outstanding shares, 64 mil. Total net income from the weeklies, 22.5 mil. So, take that number, divide by outstanding shares. That's a distribution from the weeklies right now of 35 cents, a daily income of 2 cents, a daily yield of 0.06%. And if you annualize that sucker, 21%. I know it's low. It is what it is. All right, Misty trades are done for the week. Misty fund managers, there he is. He's at home. He's taking a nap. He's reading a book on how to trade options better. No, I'm just kidding. He's probably reading some, I don't even know. Who knows? It looks blank, so he's probably just sleeping. Group D declares next week. All right, so I will post the video Sunday morning with my Misty estimate. However, here's a sneak peek. Because if you look, how much income did they make? Ooh, how much income? Nothing, pretty much. If you look, the synthetic, they lost 55.3 mil. The short call income we talked about, they made 22.5 mil. So per share, that's 35 cents. So that's not going to really do much. Because with what's left and how many days are left, the Rodometer says, based on that, you'll get 44 cents. Are we going to get 44 cents? No. I think you guys know that. I don't think I have to explain that. But again, if they don't make income or if they make little income, what are they going to pay us? It's going to be around this number. And this number is 222 because you simply take the price of Misty, you multiply it by the 30-day IV of MSTR, and you divide it by 13, which represents the number of payments in a year. So we are looking at a payment of approximately $2.22. Yes, it's much less than 308, but it's still a freaking massive payment. It's still 100% yield. So this is good. Don't be mad about it. Okay, so no gold digger here. Again, because we talked about, the synthetic. We all know how the synthetic works, right? And in fact, forget the gold digger. Look at the dude. He's got $54.73 per share. So you see how that's worth 284 mil, right? Look at our synthetic. Again, we're $15, $16 above the strike. So if you go back to the holdings, that's $16 plus time value left over. Boom, 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 boom. Right? How's that sound? In fact, deduct the $16, right, from the 54. What do you get? You get about what, $38? So it's kind of close to the put price, right? Because that's all time value left over. But the time value on the call is typically always more than the time value on the put. Again, I'm not speaking the proper options terms. I'm sure I just speak my terms, which is basic crap. All right. Someone also asked me, why does Misty hold so much cash? Well, because they don't know how much they're going to need to close out positions on a week in and week out basis. MSTR is nuts. In fact, they may be required to hold a lot of cash for that exact reason, right? They don't want to be in the negative cash, like a huge amount, because their calls got blown through, right? And they had to pay the piper. Unless, of course, they could use their synthetic and do a bailout and they get it from there. But for the most part, they've been leaving their synthetic alone. So if their calls get blown through week in and week out, they have the cash to cover it, all right? Again, I'm covering questions today. I'm on a roll. I'm actually remembering the questions too, and I had no plan to do this. Total net assets of Misty, 1.8 bill. The NAV is 28.53 and the trade price in 28.57. Imagine after that beep, 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 stupid iOS update, this doesn't record. Oh, man. If I have to make another video, it's going to suck. So let's hope that's not the case. Synthetic bailout, 97 mil, which, again, that's positive. That's income. That means when they sell, when they roll, if they roll it today, it's worth 152 per share. So we would consider that in the estimate, should they roll it today. Because, again, this is the last trading day before I make an estimate. So if they do nothing today, I mean, you could pretty much guess what I'm going to guess. Obviously, I'll use some other data before I make that guesstimate. But obviously, again, I don't make you wait for a reason. I just, I do make the separate video for the other funds mainly, but obviously for the funds I cover, you guys already know what kind of get an idea of what they're going to pay. All right, so that's the update on Misty. Up next is NVDY. I did fix the freaking the sheet. As you know, I screwed it up the other day, right? You effed up. All right, so NVIDIA is at what, 140? They have three synthetics, 127, 138, and 148, right? So you kind of get an idea of how they're doing. They're doing better than, they're doing good on two of them, but not the third, okay? If that makes sense. And I'm not going to go through the synthetic detail again. I'm just going to go right to the calls. But if you look at the expiration, January 17th. So NVIDIA fund manager, he could take a nap too. He could take the day off. Because you don't have to do nothing today. 26,000, 18 contracts, 144 strike, 2.78% out of the money. That is the lowest strike. So that's kind of tight for NVIDIA. 2,400 contracts, 145 strike, 3.49% out of the money. Yep, that's tight. But largest position, highest strike. I like to see this. 77,172 strike price. 77,172 contracts. 147 strike price, 4.92% out of the money. That is the highest. So that's the highest we're allowing NVIDIA to go next week. But I don't know, man. That's 6 days we got. But NVIDIA, it's not like NVIDIA has been mooning as of late. They've been kind of steady Eddie, down, up, all around. Nothing too impressive. But we'll see. Hey, you never know. What the hell do I know? All right. Total net assets, 1.4 bill. The NAV is 22.93, trade price 23.02. It's now showing a 9 cent. Wasn't it 10 cents the other day? All right, synthetic bailout. It is worth 21 mil, which is 34 cents per share. That ain't much. NVIDIA 30-day IV is 43%. IV estimate based on that, 77 cents, which kind of sucks. And they declare again on January 29th, 19 days away. All right, up next is AMZY. AMZY, this is the real steady Eddie. Amazon price, 222. Synthetic strike, 210. So their synthetic is just fine, so we can let them do their thing on the weeklies. However, they closed out their weeklies already, just like the others. So this position is for next week, January 17th, 12,345 contracts, 227.50 strike price, 2.42% out of the money. Is that safe? I don't know. You guys be the judge. Total net assets of AMZY, 274 mil. The NAV is $19 and the trade price is $19.04. Synthetic is worth 16.3 mil, $1.14 per share. 30-day IV, 37.25%. IV estimate based on that, 55 cents. Guys, why am I speaking so fast? Well, because I rambled in the beginning. Plus, it's just a recap. All right. Next declaration. They're part of the estimate for this Sunday. They declare next week on January 15th. All right. Last but not least, Mr. Coney, the true troublemaker of the group. Coin is at 260. So 260. That's not good. Why? Look at their synthetics. 280, 300, 320. So look at the price per share. Not cheap. It is not cheap, right? What's the difference between 280, there's a 280 strike, and 260, $20. All right. When does it expire? 221. So $20 plus time difference, time value. Oh my God. Yeah. We can't close this. We're gonna get killed. And what about the 320? Oh my God, 69.22. Yeah. I'm not gonna sing, but we know three gold diggers. All right. We can't even handle one. This one we got three. Bro, someone's got to tell Coney, bro, stay in your league, man. Get away from these gold diggers. We just can't afford them. We like to keep our own money. Okay, here we go. You ready? These are the trades for next week, because look at the expiration date, January 17th. No one even has to work today at YieldMax, apparently. 10,000 contract, well, except Tesley, fund manager. 10,000 contract, 277.50 strike price, 6.73% out of the money. Okay, that's the lowest. All right. 9,565 contracts, 280 strike price, 7.69% out of the money. 5,000 contracts, 287.50 strike price, 10.57% out of the money. 17,340 contracts, 290 strike price, 11.3% out of the money. So Scattered-do? Yes, scattered-do. Yes, credit call spreads on all of them. Guys, I'm not going to cover the credit call spread information unless I need to. If they get blown through, then we'll discuss if they're going to be useful. But obviously, as long as they're still out of the sold calls are out of the money, the credit call spreads, again, they're not needed. And that's a good thing. Assets under management for the Coney fund, $1 billion. The NAV is 1245. The trade price is 1244. 30-day IV, 73%. IV estimate, 71 cents. Group C declares on February 5th. Why? It's far away, 26 days away. Well, they just declared. That's why. Duh. All right. So that is the update. That's actually just a recap. That was just a recap. And I'm exhausted already. Are you? All right. So let's go to the pre-market. And guess what? There actually is a pre-market today. Yesterday there wasn't. I thought there was. But here we go. Okay. So we're going to use marketwatch.com. Why? I don't know why. We just do. So here we go. This is as of 5:20 a.m. Tesla is up 0.4%, 396.51. Remember our magic number. What did we say? 5%. Tesley is up 0.36%, 1385, right? So upside. Let's see. They're up 0.4. We're up 0.36. See? We're capturing most of the upside because our lowest strike is 5% out of the money. So bring it on, baby. Nvidia is down. See, man, Nvidia? What the hell you doing, man? They're down 1.33%, 138.29. NVDY is down 1.3%. They're at 22.72. Coin is up 0.92%, 262.40. Coney is up 0.96%, 12.56. MSTR is up 2.62% now, 340.20. I mean, obviously that one changes at the blink of an eye. MSTY is up. Yeah, it's up 2.38%, 29.25. Let's capture that upside, baby. TSLL. By the way, TSLL, double leverage fund of Tesla. This is what Yield Boost trades on their Tesla, not Tesley, TSLY, whatever the heck we call it. We'll figure out what we're going to call it. But I'm going to make a review and compare YieldMax versus Yield Boost. I'm going to try to do that this morning, but we'll see. This video ended up longer than I wanted to. TSLL is up 0.65%, 26.15. TNA is down 1.59%. It's at 41.50. Oh, I have puts expiring today. The highest strike is 42. That's perfect. Perfect. If it closes there, bring it. Give me assignment. Guys, when you do the wheel, well, this is how I do it. I don't give a damn if I get assigned. I want to get assigned because I want that call premium. Sell me some calls. AMZY, ew, man, it's under 10 now. It's down 1.75%, 957. You suck. AMZY, they are down 0.11%, 1902. You suck. Bitcoin is up 3.24%, 94,837. Obviously, it's going to fluctuate in that area. It's going to go up to 100. So, BitX is up 2.07%, 5284. Saxel is down, unfortunately. I know my people in my options trading channel kind of pissed off. They wanted to stay up, so they get a sign to get rid of their shares so they can move on from the Saxel disaster. They probably, they've been in it a while. As you know, I sold out because for tax loss harvesting. So I'm not as, angry at this. But, it's at least it's up. It's almost at 30. It's down, though, 1.82%, not 29.62. SMCI, they are up 1.1%, 32.95. SMCY, not updated, 25.76. Palantir is down 0.91%, 67.71. Plitty is up 0.88%, it's 61.94. TSM is up 1.27%, 209.75. TSLY is up 2.71% and even $20. Show me the money. Mara's up 0.76%, 18.48. Okay, guys. As always, this is not financial advice. Me, this schmuck, I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun. It's supposed to be for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, I don't know what else to do. I'll try again tomorrow, right? Saturday morning, I'll do my best. I'll come out even more wired. Maybe I'll have 2 cups of coffee. But obviously, yeah. Anyway, if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. It goes a long way. If you have any questions or concerns on the rambling I did in the beginning, feel free to reach out in the comments down below. However, it is much easier if you just join the Discord. The link is on my channel, and you just join it and ask anyone. Yes, the Discord's free, and there's a lot of channels. Go to the channel that is appropriate for you. It doesn't have to be about YieldMax. It could be about anything. It could be about options, be about retirement planning, could be about pooping. No, I'm just kidding. We used to have a poop channel, I think. But anyway, it is free. And guess what? When you join, if you get a message from Retire on Dividends, it is not me. It is a spammer. And they're trying to get you to send them crypto because that's what they do, unfortunately. And there's nothing, they sit outside. They're already booted. They sit outside. They're under another name. And they wait, and they wait, and they wait. So I apologize, but just ignore. In fact, block all messages. Nobody needs to DM you, right? If someone really needs to DM you, then that's fine, then unblock it. But for now, just block all the messages, and then you don't have to deal with this crap, All right, so that's that. That's it, man. Outside of that, I gotta end it here, man. I've been rambling. So, if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you gotta say the freaking keyword. What is the freaking keyword? I don't know, but at the end of every video, to prove that you guys made it, you gotta type in the keyword in the comments. So today's keyword, I think it's 5%, because that's our number, man. That Tesla 5%, 5%, 5%. Right now they're up 0.5%. So let's make sure they don't go over 5%, 5%, 5%. Yeah, I'm losing my mind, if in case you're wondering. But that's the keyword. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you gotta type in 5% or 5%. Sucker! All right, I'm gonna end it there. I'm gonna see how long this video is. I'm gonna post it. If I have time, I'll do YieldMax versus Yield Boost, and it may follow this video. But don't be surprised if it doesn't. But again, we'll see. All right. As always, thank you for watching. Hopefully this recorded, and have a great day. Later.